Hey guys, welcome back to Granted Gardens. My name is Melissa. Today we're doing something super fun. Today we're going to go to a garden meeting / plant seed swap. So in our last video, I talked to you guys about some of the benefits of building community and some ways of kind of working with people in your community to build on to your resources. And a plant and or seed swap is a fabulous way to do that. So today I'm going to take you through our local garden group. It's our first time meeting this year. And we're going to do a little plant and seed swap. So I'm super excited. Let's go check it out. One thing I want to mention that people get a little hung up on is like they feel like they don't have enough to take to a plant or a seed swap. With all of the seed swaps and plant swaps that I've done in the past, they've been really forgiving about what you bring. So say that you don't have any plants. I've seen people bring things like snacks, cookies. Today what I'm bringing is just some of the stuff that was growing in my yard that I just had leftovers of. I got some strawberry plants that I had to dig up because they actually started growing in the lawn. And then I have things like yarrow and oregano, which grow plentiful at my house. So I'm more than willing to share those. But I did also throw in a couple extras like homemade soaps and a 6-pack of eggs because this is something I have an abundance of and it might be something someone would be willing to trade with me for. So I have my trusty basket here. I've got some of my little plants that I pulled out of the yard here, and I have them just in a little bit of water to keep them fresh. I've got some seed packets. I got Thai peppers, sunflowers, I think pumpkins in here, and then I just went ahead and stapled a business card to it. And here are my bare root strawberries, which you can't really see. They're not that pretty anyways. I got a pack of eggs. I brought a little loofah, some salve that we made that I figured I could share. Just kind of whatever you have that's available. Bring it.
It's like edible leaves.
With basically 2 raspberry plants and has spread into many raspberry, blackberry, yellow raspberry. I don't know which ones are which.
Alright, so we're back from our garden meeting, and we've got some goodies here that I want to review with you. But I just want to start off first by saying this is a great way for you to get out and get with your community. If you don't have a current garden club that you're aware of that's in your area, feel free to start one. My friend Michelle, along with a few others, were the ones that actually created this garden club. She was the one that you saw giving the garden tour in the video earlier. Essentially, they saw a need for a community. They saw a need for kind of fueling something that people genuinely believe in and are very passionate about, and they created this club for these individuals. This is not something that needs to be too technical. I encourage anybody that is in a situation where they don't have access to a club, but they know that there are people in the community that would benefit from one, to just go ahead and start it. So essentially what we've got lined up here is we're going to be meeting once a month. We're going to bring in some specialists to join our group, kind of come and talk to us. They've got some great stuff lined up. So I just want to show you some of the takeaways of the goodies that I got today. First and foremost, I got a ton of seeds. This is so awesome. Again, this is a really great way for you to build a garden if you are on a limited budget or have limited resources, just to be able to share resources with others. A lot of these plants that we got were things that our members individually had growing on their property that they just had an abundance of, and they were able to pull out some and share. So one of those being some lemon balm that I got here. If you've followed in some of our other garden tours, you know that I love lemon balm. There's so much that you can do with it. It's fabulous for things like teas and for medicinal purposes, and it just smells heavenly. I got some mountain mint, which I was really interested in. This isn't something I was too familiar with, but I was able to get this from someone that's highly educated on the product. And what they had said is that this is really great for pollinators, so it's going to put off little flowers that really helps bring pollinators into your garden space. I got some more lamb's ear. This I was really excited about because I think mine has pretty much been overtaken by the strawberries, because it doesn't look like it's coming back this year. At least I haven't seen signs of it. So I'm going to go ahead and plant lamb's ear somewhere else away from the strawberries so that it has a chance to thrive. I got this little rose bush here that they said was really great for things like teas or for the rose hips to collect and use. So I'm excited about this little guy. So tiny, but I'm sure that they'll get nice and big here soon. I got a cutting of gooseberry, so I'm trying to implement as much berries as possible that I can into this space. We kind of started last year and we've been growing greatly, so I'm going to try and get this little gooseberry clipping to root. I'm really just going to take off some of the bottom leaves here and put them in water. I got a little thyme plant, which is awesome because my thyme did not want to come back this year. I have a little bit that's still hanging on, but it is pretty much dead. I left it in there just so that we could harvest some of the green before we pulled it out, so I was in dire need of some more thyme. And then, as I mentioned earlier, if you ever go to a swap like this and you feel like you don't have product or plants that you're able to bring, you can get creative with stuff that you bring. So this was another one that a fellow gardener had brought. I hope I don't butcher this, propolis tincture. So they make homemade tinctures and shared this with us. Everyone got to go home with one of these. So feel free to get creative and just bring what you can. Sometimes it's even great if you can just supply the snacks for the meeting. That's a great resource for you to be able to feel like you're chiming in and be able to have input. Bring something for everybody, even if you don't have access to things like plants or seeds. So the big takeaway here, if you don't have a local garden club, make one. If you're interested in growing a garden but you feel like you have limited resources, get creative. You can do this by opening a garden club. You can do this by doing plant and seed swaps. Michelle also had recently, just this year, put up a seed swap station in her front yard. So she just made like kind of the concept of like a My Little Library, but instead of books, she does seeds. So these are all great ways for you to share what you have with others in the community and also get your hands on some things that you may not have come across on your own. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.